guys, and welcome back to another video. Behind me, I have my Stage 3 Audi TT-RS, and today we're gonna be throwing some spacers on it. Now, I've been itching to put spacers on this since the day I bought it, but I've just had so many issues, I actually never got around to it. But I ended up finding a brand called 4-Wheel Spacers. This video is not sponsored by them. I bought this with my own money, and I wanted to throw these on and see what this looks like, because let's take a look at this fitment. So that is what we're working with. That is just stock fitment. These are the stock 20-inch wheels, I believe, is the size. But that fitment is just, oh man. I mean, it's not even like close to being flush. But then you go to the back and it gets even worse. This is bad fitment. For this vehicle, I mean, I expect the fitment to be a little bit better for the price of the car and the look of the car. Now, I've talked about it in my other videos. I think 20-inch wheels look goofy as heck on this car. And when I do, and if I do get aftermarket wheels, I'm gonna go with a 19 because I feel like that will fit perfectly. But if we can see here, so we're lowered on MSS lowering springs. So this thing sits about, I'd say, 1 inch to 1.25 inches drop from the factory. And we have some space that we're working with right here. This just looks weird. So when you're taking a peek at it, it just looks like the wheel is like way tucked in there. I ended up going with an 18mm in the back, and I went with a 12mm in the front. So let's take a look at the wheel spacers that I ended up going with, and we'll get started on this install. All right, so these are the spacers I ended up going with. This taller box is gonna be the 18s, and this is the 12s. So we're gonna take a look in one of these boxes right now. We're gonna look inside the 18s. So as you open the box, we're gonna have both of the spacers. I just wanna take a look at the quality. Okay, so these look like they're hub-centric and they are powder-coated a matte finish. And these should be the exact spec center bore as the TT-RS, because what I did was I went on their website and I just typed in my car and they said that these fit. So I know that some Audis have like the 66.1 or something center bore. This is the 57.1. I believe it's the same as a Volkswagen's, but it's also going to have a little bit of a relief cutout here. I think that might be for airflow or so they don't get seized, maybe so you can take them off a little bit better. But it seems like really good quality. Now, if we open this up, you can see that they come with the bolts. And as I was looking on the website, it actually had these bolts listed in the picture as like a silver or a chrome. And I was thinking to myself, that is stupid. I definitely don't want that. But I went ahead and bought these anyway. But I'm really surprised that these came in black because I was really hoping that they did. And this was like a little bit of a surprise to me. I did not expect this, but they do come with extra bolts because now that we're going to be putting a gap in between the wheel and the hub, so we need a longer bolt. So they do provide those in the kit, which is always really nice. These come in a conical and a ball seat. So the other side's going to be exactly the same, just a little bit smaller. So we're going to throw these on the car. Let's get into it. All right, let's just take another minute to look at this fitment. This is the last time that we're going to be seeing this. Thank God. We don't want to go any higher than that because this wheel is heavy. Okay, now that we have the wheel off, we have some rust here that we're just going to take a wire brush and we just want to clean it off. Spray it with brake clean. Give it a quick wipe. Now we can put on a new spacer and it fits like a glove, rotated to the proper spot. And now's the fun part, because I don't have a special tool that goes in here to get the wheel on. So now we have to get the wheel on over this spacer. Getting all this lined up. I probably should get that special tool. All right, now we're at a little bit of an angle. Let's drop it down, see what this looks like. Woo! Dang, that looks so good. I think I picked the perfect spec. All right, now time for the other side. Clean up this hub. All right, as I drop this down, check out that rear fitment. Wow. That looks so good. After your car is back on the ground, make sure that you torque these down to spec before you drive anywhere. I know I was kind of excited about those black lug nuts, but these caps still actually fit over these. So they're the same size. Didn't even think about it. So I'm just gonna throw these back on. So I'm gonna do an official walk around whenever I have everything done. I didn't do the other side yet, but I just wanna take a look. None of this is settled yet. Mind you, we're still gonna have to drive because I know that the rear is lower than that. Wow, that is like a decent amount of poke already. I don't know if I went too big on these. That's an 18. I'm probably thinking that maybe I should have just went with a 12. I don't know. But let's get the other side done and let's head out. Take these for a little drive, let them settle in, and then I'm gonna give you a review on what I think and then some shots on what looks like. All right guys, I just made it out to my spot. It is raining. This looks really good. It finally settled in. And you know what? I was really wondering whether or not I went a little bit too wide in the rear. And after it settled down, I don't think that I did. If you come up here and look from the top, it sticks out just a hair, but really it's not that big of a deal because there is some stretch to these tires. Now, mind you guys, I'm on 265. So originally this car comes stock with 255. And to be honest, I kind of recommend that anybody that's still on the stock wheels, just go ahead and jump to the 265s because you're going to like them better, especially if you don't have wheel spacers. It will kick it out a little bit more. But taking a look at this front end, wow. I mean, again, from the top, sticks out just a hair. Since the wheels in the front turn, I didn't want these sticking out more than the rear. And I think this is going to be appropriate. They are just a little bit tucked in compared to the back. I don't know if you can see that from here, but I have to say that I'm absolutely loving this. So just to fill you guys in, I am on the MSS spring kit that's adjustable, and I have them cranked all the way down to the lowest setting to make this slammed. To be honest, if I could go back in time and do all of this again with the suspension, I probably would have gotten coilovers. And for me personally, I would just like the car to be lower. I'd put it on 19s. I'd probably get like BC, the ultra lowdown coilovers, and just slam this thing because I still think that this car sits too high for how low this is. We have these springs set super low. I mean, there's really no wheel gap. You can fit a finger in there, and looking underneath the car, there's still so much room. You could easily put a front lip on this car and you're never gonna really worry about it scraping off unless you hit some crazy transition in the road like I did with my carbon lip. So on the way here on this drive, I was pushing the car pretty hard and driving pretty aggressive. So just so you guys are aware, I did not rub at all, front or rear. So it is kind of wet out. You guys know these cars can handle like a monster. My tires are okay. You can push these cars in the rain and they just stick to the ground. It's pretty impressive if you have the right tire setup. But I didn't rub at all. In the back, you know, we have a little bit more than like a finger gap. These are all the way at the bottom, and you know, what can you do? But I do like the poke. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And the parts for the four-wheel spacer kit, I think were really nice. It has the same factory lug nut size, which is a 17. So it was able to fit those black caps. Some aftermarket wheels use their own like wheel locks or a different size, so that can make it tricky or just different in general. So I think it was a good kit, quality parts, reputable company. And I do like the fact that they're black and not silver, because with the black wheel, it just blends right in there. A lot less noticeable than like a shiny silver piece. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap up today's video. Thanks for tuning in. Comment down below what your wheel setup is and what your spacers that you're running. So if you like this video and this helped you out, or you just enjoyed the content, make sure you hit the like button, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.